Floyd. Hope you guys are doing well and staying safe. This week we're going to be talking a little bit about bike safety. It's something that you guys can do when you're outside with your moms and dads, out there getting some exercise in the sun, and it's a lot of fun because you get to be in control of the bike that you're riding, okay? Today we're going to be talking about a couple different things. The first thing is the #1 rule in bike safety, okay? #1 bike rule is when you are riding a bike, you need to wear a helmet, okay? Now my helmet isn't as fancy as I know a lot of other people's have, but this is still going to protect my head for if I'm on my bike and I hit a stick or I hit a bump or something goes wrong with my bike, I know that my head is going to be protected and it's not going to get smacked off of the road, okay? So what you're going to do is you want to make sure that your bike helmet fits your head properly. Some bike helmets, they have these clips in the back that you just simply push the buttons and then you'll hear it and it'll connect and be pretty snug fit on your head. You don't want your helmet going down over your eyes like this because then you can't see where you're going. And you don't want your helmet riding up here like this because if you're falling, you're still going to hit your head. So you want to make sure that it's a nice, good fit and fits on your head snugly. Next thing you're going to do is you're going to take the little clip that's underneath and make sure that you clip it so it's tight, okay? You don't want it to be choking you. You want to make sure that it has a good 2-finger distance from your chin to the clasp, okay? So that's the #1 rule. You want to make sure that you're always wearing your helmet, okay? Now, when you're riding your bike, if you guys are riding in the street or if you're riding with other people, sometimes you need to communicate to the other people that are around you. One way you can do that is just by talking, okay? You can say, hey, I'm going to the right, or hey, I'm turning left here, or hey, I'm stopping. Something that you can also do is called hand signals, okay? Now this is something that usually you use if people are behind you, okay? They're very simple. First, I'm just going to pretend that if I'm riding this way, so you're going to be reading Coach Lloyd on the back here, but if I'm riding this way, riding my bike, if I want to take a left turn, all I'm going to do is point my hand out to the left, and that means I'm turning left. If I want to say I'm taking a right turn, I can make my hand in a 90-degree angle like this, signaling that I'm going right, or I can also take my right hand and point it out to make sure that I'm going right, okay? Another very easy signal is stop, because on our bikes, okay, on your bikes, you don't usually have a little blinker on the back of them to make them stop, okay? So something that you can do is if I'm riding my bike here, is just put my hand down low, which just means I'm stopping, okay? So if I put this signal up, I'm going right. I can also go right by pointing with my right hand out. If I'm going left, just very easily point with my left hand. And remember to stop is just a low hand to stop, okay? And the reason why you want to be able to do that is just so that other people know what you're doing so you're safe when you're riding. All right. Now, before we get to ride our bike, a couple things you need to do is you want to make it sure that it's good to be able to ride, okay? Something you guys all know, your ABCs, right? A, B, C, okay? A, when you're looking at your bike, probably the first thing that I always do is I check to make sure that there's air in the tires, okay? So A stands for air, okay? That just means what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that they have air by squeezing them. This front tire feels really good, so I'm not going to worry about it. My back tire, I squeeze it, and it feels pretty good too. If I don't have air, you're going to get something like this. This is called a bike pump, okay? It has an attachment here and a bike pump here. So I'm just going to quickly show you if I was going to put air in the tire here, this is what it would look like, okay? You would move the tire so that you're able to get to that black cap. You're twisting it off, okay? Next thing you're gonna do is you're gonna take this attachment here and you're gonna put it on the valve. Make sure you open it first. Put it on, you'll hear a little hiss, you'll feel it down, and then you're gonna start pumping, okay? You don't wanna pump too much air into your tire because you don't want it to explode and pop, but you wanna make sure that you have a good pressure so that tire isn't flat, okay? This is something that I would probably ask an older sibling or a mom and dad to probably help you with if you're not quite sure how to do that, okay? So the first thing you're going to do before you ride your bike is you want to check and make sure that it has air in the tires. Now, the next letter, we have A, the next one is B, okay? B stands for brakes, okay? Brakes, okay? Now, on my bike here, I have hand brakes, okay? First thing I'm going to do with my hand brakes is I'm going to give them a squeeze, okay? To make sure that I know that they're working, okay? I can also visually check to make sure that this little hand here is making a squeeze over. But something that I like to do is I like to squeeze my brakes and move my bike up and down, okay? You'll notice that it doesn't move, okay? You want to make sure that you have brakes so when you're riding, you're not going to crash into something, or you always can control your bike, okay? Also helps you to make good turns and stuff like that. So you always want to have your brakes to make sure that you're safe, okay? So we had air, A, B was brakes, and C is our next letter. Can you guys guess what that might be? Probably not tires. We already did that. Not here. What on a bike starts with the letter C? If you're thinking down here, I'll flip my bike around. Yes, okay? If you're looking down here, this is your chain, okay? Or this is called your crank, okay? With your chain, you want to make sure that, just kind of like what I did there, is you want to make sure that it does move so that you're able to make a good pedal when you're going. Okay? Something else that you want to make sure is you want to make sure your bike, your chain is greased, just like this, has a nice little black on it there. You want to make sure that it's greased so that it's able to move, so when you're pedaling, you're able to ride your bike. Okay? So that last one, like I said, is chain or crank. Sorry about my writing. Not something I practice every day. Okay? So, before you ride your bike, first thing you want to make sure you remember to do is always wear your helmet, because your brain is one of your most important parts of your body. So you really want to make sure that's protected. Next thing you're going to do is check your air and your tires, brakes, make sure they're good, and your chain is ready to go. Okay? Now before you get riding, I know a lot of you like to wear flip-flops in the summer, or maybe Crocs, or a shoe that maybe doesn't tie to your foot. When you're riding a bike, it's very important to wear shoes that tie, okay? Mostly because with your shoes that tie here, you don't want the shoelace getting caught in the crank or the chain of your tire, okay? So you want to make sure that your shoes are tight, okay? And tied. Something else is you don't want to wear clothes that is like a dress. If you're wearing something that has a cape, those superhero lovers, probably not when you're riding a bike, because if you're riding, you don't want your shoelace to get caught in the chain. You wouldn't want your dress or anything else getting caught up in the tires. So something that you'd like to wear is usually a pair of sneakers. You could wear athletic shorts, jeans, sweatpants, something that has a tighter leg so you're not worried about anything getting caught in the chain or the crank of your bike. Okay? So, I think my bike is all ready to go. I know my hand signals, and I think I'm ready to go ride some bike. Hope you guys are having a great... Alright, so to kind of check your guys' understanding, online on my website, I have an activity for you guys to do, and I need you guys to send it in to me so I have it for records, okay? First thing you guys are going to do is there's a quiz online. It's just a bike safety review. What was the #1 rule? How can hand signals help you while being safe? And what are the 3 things to check before you ride a bike? Air in your tires, B, your brakes, and C, the chain or the crank to make sure that you're good. Okay, one of the things, a little bit fun, because we don't always get to draw our color in phys ed class, it's called Brainy Bikers, and on it, it has a little pledge right here. It says, I promise to wear a bike helmet every time I ride a bike. And what I'd like you guys to do is sign your name, put the date, and then you guys can decorate your helmet however you want. And then if you want, well, I need you to take a picture of it with you, your real helmet, and your bike, if you have one, okay? If you don't, just design your helmet however you'd like. I made mine look like a watermelon because you gotta protect that melon on top, okay? So this is just kind of a fun activity. So for your homework this week, you need to design your own helmet, fill out the pledge, take a picture, and then I need you to do that quiz online, okay? Which I will post the link down on my website. So thank you, and I hope you guys have a great time out there riding your bike. Okay, bye.